Hi, my name is Anna Hest, and behind the camera is Mark Hamilton, inventor of the Avian Aquamizer and our newest chicken water, the Easy Mizer. And we wanted to talk to you today about heated chicken waters. These pre-made waters that we sell are awesome in the summer, but when it starts getting into cold weather, they start freezing up, and it's much better to use one of our do-it-yourself kits to make a heated bucket water. Mark's going to talk in a minute about how to use the 3-pack do-it-yourself kit, which is $30 on our website, to make our new and improved heated bucket water. But first I want to tell you just a little bit about version 1.0, which we used for the last 2 winters in our chicken coop. This version, you can kind of see if you look underneath, is 2 buckets sandwiching a length of heat tape, and we explained how to make this heated bucket water on the CD that comes with our kit. This bucket water, if you buy all the parts new, which you don't necessarily, because if you have a source of free 5-gallon buckets, it can cost less. The heat tape costs about $25 on Amazon with free shipping. You can often get it at your hardware store too for a similar price. The nipples, of course, come as part of our kit. The buckets are about $4 a piece, so it's going to come to maybe $33 plus our kit to make this bucket water, which works pretty well. We keep it in our coop and we wrap it in this Reflectex insulation, which is important to use an insulation that's not going to have your chickens peck it. Any kind of styrofoam insulation, chickens love to eat that, and it's not good for them. So you want to use this Reflectex insulation. When we fill our bucket, wrap it in the Reflectex insulation, this heated chicken water stays thawed to about 15 degrees. Which is pretty good, but it sometimes gets colder than that, even here in Southwest Virginia. So we wanted to move on to this bucket water, which you can see Mark's had several different experiments with. And this is based on this 2-gallon heated bucket water, which you can get on Amazon for $35 with free shipping. This is the cheapest option we've come up with. Over time, there may be cheaper options. We'll see. But this is a good start, and since it takes the place of both the heat tape and the 2 buckets, it really costs about the same as this bucket water, plus is much easier to put together. So I'm going to grab the camera now and let Mark explain to you how to make your heated bucket water out of one of our kits.
All right, hi, my name's Mark, and the key about, I'm going to set this aside, this particular bucket that makes it unique is this, where they put the heated unit. It's just enough distance to where you can install a poultry nipple at an angle, and what you get is this added benefit of it being able to sit on a flat surface, which is an issue when you go to take it and clean it or go to refill it. Plus it makes it so that you don't necessarily have to hang it, which is a good option. You can have a nice sturdy hook to hang it, but you can also just have a cinder block out in your yard and set it on top of there, and that works quite well. So what we're going to do here is explain to you how I figured out the angle here. It took me a few tries to do it, and and different drill bit sizes. So what I zeroed in on is this size here. It's called 23/64, and if you get this size and you get the angle right, then you don't need any kind of thread sealer. The nipple sort of bites right into the plastic of the bucket and creates a pretty good seal, but it's easier said than done, so that's why I'm going to do it here in this video. So first you want to free up this tape here. It's got a nice cord protector in case you use this for dogs or horses. I think that's what a lot of people use this for, is cows or horses. So, this is the angle we're going to be going for. What's important is you definitely don't want to get it too close to the edge here, because you can tell there's just a little bit of clearance here. And I chose to use the side where the little screw here is to keep it symmetrical, and to also use that to keep it, my angle, further out from the edge. So here we go. Get the drill bit in, nice fresh battery. Put it right here like this. Push hard and hold firmly. Okay, so notice how I stopped right away when I drilled in. One mistake I made on a previous bucket is, I think as I was pulling out, I had the drill still going, and I think I tilted it just a little bit, and it threw off my hold just enough to create a little small leak. What I ended up doing on this first one is I found a bolt to go in that hole, and I just redid it again because I wanted to figure out the right way to do it, the better way to do it. So just by putting a little silicone on the other side of this bolt, that sealed it up so you're not wasted a bucket. But one thing I wanted to mention at this point was, if you do get a leak, one possibility to use is some plumber's tape. Wrap a few wraps around a plumber's tape around the threaded area here, then thread it in. Or what could work even better is some pipe thread sealant. You can get this stuff at the local hardware store for about $5 or $6 a tube. It also comes in a little jar, but you probably don't need that much. So you have your hole drilled there, and you're ready to install the poultry nipple. So just push it in like this, same angle. You use the drill in. And if you have sort of a weak grip, you might need some pliers or a socket to get onto this. But really, if you just squeeze hard, you can do it with your hand. Alright. So let's bring it over here. Do the second nipple here. Again, I'm lining it up with the little metal screw on the bottom here, just to give it a little bit of symmetry. And it's good to have a nipple on the farthest side of the bucket. That way, if you have multiple chickens competing for the bucket, one chicken can just go to the other side. It's every now and then chickens get that way. Alright, that time I didn't quite end the drill bit. It's easier said than done, but I don't think I twisted it on the way out. You'll sort of know when you start putting it in there, and you can feel if it's too loose. We might need a little bit of pliers here to finish it off. So you're almost done, actually. Make sure that your nipple points out good there. So the next step is going to require a 1/4 inch drill bit. We got one right here. Pop it in. So most people use this bucket, like I said earlier, for horses or dogs or cows, and therefore the animal just drinks out of the top. But with this application, you're really going to want a lid, because if you don't have a lid, you're going to get it dirty, and you might even have a chicken jump up there and drown in it if your chicken's small enough. That would be terrible. So what I found out through these experiments is a 2-gallon lid for a 2-gallon bucket fits perfectly inside the bucket. And you could just set it there. It sort of is going to push down, and it might like eventually go down on you here like that. So what I ended up doing was making ledges. This kind of ledge right here with a galvanized wire, which we include in the 3-pack kit. I'm going to walk you through that ledge right here. Again, I'm trying to do a little symmetry here, so I choose my points with the manufacturer of the bucket. Like the first one, I start out with this handle here, and I go out an inch from each side so that the span is a total of 2 inches. So basically I'm going to bring it up to here, and you can see how I sort of drilled right to the top of the bucket so you don't lose much capacity there. And this is also going to have the added benefit of a breathing hole to prevent any kind of vacuum that can sometimes happen when you have a solid seal on the top. So space out from here to an inch, which happens to be almost to the end of that little rubber nubby thing, and just simply drill here. Just make sure your finger's not on the other side there. That could hurt a lot. And then do another one. Just sort of go like that. You still have your little rubber nubby there. And drill that hole there. Here's the galvanized wire we talked about earlier that comes with the kit. So basically what you want to do is just feed it through here. Like so. Bend it over. And then use some needle nose pliers here on the first one. Bend it over like that. That'll keep it there like that. And then pull on it a little bit, because you don't need much at all there. So you pull this over like that. Put your needle nose in like that. At this point, actually, it's helpful to cut it off where. That one over like that, so they're nice and bent over. You don't have any sharp edges poking out for anybody to hurt themselves at. This is nice and smooth, and it provides just enough of a ledge. So what you want to do is repeat this over on this side, and then over here, and over here, and that gives you a nice nice surface to put the lid on. Alright, the little thing about the lid is you're probably going to want a handle. You can, any kind of handle will do. I found this birdcage handle I thought was nice looking. And most of the handles come ready to go with the shelf unit. I just use a little piece of wood here as a spacer to screw it in, but you could find a different size bolt that was maybe half the size and skip this spacer part. But basically that's what you're going to need to know to finish this, and it really is a good product. This is solid, and the plastic is thick. It's going to last probably generations, actually. You could pass this down to your grandkids. Hopefully kids in the future will like chickens, but thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good winter with your chickens.
Brought to you by the Avian Aquamizer, our poop-free chicken water. Visit us on the web at www.avianaquamizer.com.